Hey guys, what's up? It's Let from 902 Gaming, bringing you part 4 of the Barbarian playthrough in Diablo 3. We're currently making our progression down to the lower parts of the cathedral. We are going to release our friend the Templar, who is one of the first followers you will obtain in Diablo. He is essentially what is a paladin from Diablo 2. He grants auras and a couple of different abilities. It's more of a support tank style. You'll find out later on that he's actually rather useful in solo player situations because he can tank for you while you deal out damage. He can also heal you, and some of his other abilities are actually pretty phenomenal. It's too bad you can't, use followers in multiplayer, but I think you'd rather have a fellow player with you anyway, as compared. So, if you guys will notice, instead of cutting through the middle, I actually veered to the top because the typical patterns show that if it's not the top, then it's always to the side because there's only those two routes. Just a kind of a little pattern thing for you to take a note on. Finding myself another rare mob here, and once again, I'm not going back to town, not using any potions, just doing my best to stay alive on what I'm provided by or what I've received in the dungeons. Quickly try to maneuver in and out of gear, and I'm going to make my way further down at the cathedral to fight John Dar, who is sort of your first real mini-boss, I guess you could say. A substantial character that receives recognition. Though kind of a weak fight, doesn't really have a lot of unique abilities other than probably the what I believe is like the Necromancer's Poison Nova from Diablo 2. Other than that, he's pretty much just tank spank and listen to some dialogue. I don't know. He's kind of a slow point, and I don't know whether or not they have fixed the bug with him where he goes down and actually that very moment where you see the Templar hit him before he is dead, you could hit him yourself and you will not receive any loot. So here you can see I'm selecting between either heal or taunt for my follower's skill, and that's a great new implementation for the game. I'm really glad that they help us customize these characters a little more, and it's not even the fact that we can customize them, but it's the fact that these actually they grant more to the story. They have like little points in the I guess when you're wandering through the map that they'll just randomly start talking and bring up past and just random bits of dialogue that actually make the game a little more interesting, a little more I don't know, worthwhile, taking out a follower rather than just trying to go the whole thing solo. I mean, you can see here that first of all, we're playing on Act 1, normal difficulty, and I have a follower, and I've played through the beta multiple times, and yeah, I died. I'm not gonna, if there's no red orbs or health orbs available, I might be going down. So I didn't want to take it out because I wanted to kind of prove a point that that there's a good chance that you could you get messed up. So as for the other part of the pattern recognition, I'm going down to the I guess the universal down area of the map, checking to see if there was actually the entrance to the next level over there, in which case it wasn't. And I ended up actually spending a lot of time wandering around through this area. I just couldn't all the typical normal patterns that I usually notice in a map all point me in the wrong direction, and I end up going in a circle for quite a while. And it's pretty sad, but get a little more XP before I get to the Skeleton King, and kind of bolster my my items and my equipment and weaponry and skills. So, I mean, I guess in the end it paid off, but I really wish I hadn't spent so much time doing it. And I guess it allows more time for commentary or something like that, something stupid to keep people entertained. So the Barbarian has a lot of what I've picked up on its CC skills, and it's from what previous runing would do to it. As for what new runes will do to it now, the new system that's been implemented, I'm not 100% sure if the CCing will take effect. Particularly, I know in PvE it won't be an issue because it's just you're fighting against AI and monsters, and who cares? They've let all the CC go because chances are a lot of the NPCs that you fight against will have some sort of immunity, or they'll have their own CC immunity timers. But in terms of PvP, I'm not sure if all these abilities are going to be completely viable, because you can't have such a large amount of CC, and if you use that in a coordinated fashion with another teammate, for example, the Demon Hunter, that amount of CC with the Barbarian and the Demon Hunter's capability of keeping at range from their foes, they would never be able to get touch them or anything. I mean, you can argue that with all the other different courses of classes and all the different situations that they might be in. But in the end, it's a lot of CC, and the Barbarian has a huge arsenal of it, especially not just CC alone, but the CC that accompanies large amounts of damage. Granted, he has to close distances, but he's really capable of that. I mean, he has the leap ability, he has a dash ability, and he actually has a pull ability where he can send out a spear. I believe it's Ancient Spear. Whether or not, I don't know if it's still retained or not. I haven't checked patch notes in a while, but the Ancient Spear will actually pull targets back, and that's just three ways that he can just cover the distance without having to worry too much. And here you can see on the map, they're actually a blinking beacon of a place I walked by earlier. And so that's it. I'll be heading down to the Skeleton King after that, and yeah, I will save that for the last part of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you later.